All right, all right, all right. Let's make sure we're coming through okay. I'm waiting for YouTube to catch up before I do the introduction. Make sure everything's good. Once I know it's broadcasting, there we go. And it's coming through. Excellent, excellent. All right, hey everybody, welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics. It's the Arch Nose Andrew speaking. It is my Wednesday night draw stream. It is Wednesday, March 26th, and things are moving forward. I did get a few very important things done this week, which I'm very happy about. Completed some art related stuff. Did some more Hero Book 1 prep. I prepped like maybe 18 more pages, most of it the extra stuff at the end of the book, preparing for what this story is going to be, which is an extra backup story in Hero Book 1. So we're going to just keep working on it. Let me show you. Let me first switch over to my sketch mode so you can see my table. This is page 1 of the Hawkeye backup story that we're going to work on. I did go out and purchase a couple of pieces of art supplies that I know I need that I'm going to use to work on this page. Specifically some India ink, as well as I need to get a new the pen with the tip, and it's stuff I need to make sure I have. And I also pulled up some of my wash pens that I use, where I mix Indian ink and water into the brush pen and use it for a lot of different things. But we'll use that for gray tones and background stuff once all the inks are done. Hey Manuel, how's it going? How you doing, good sir? So I also wanted to show you another page that I'm working on. This is a page for Todd's adult fantasy line. What I'm doing is a recreation of a Marvel comic cover using his characters instead of course, the Marvel characters. I'm working on this on our Thursday streams when we don't actually broadcast the Thursday streams. But while we're talking and chit chat and having a good time, I'm working on this drawing. So I started this last week, and I'll be doing more this week. But yeah, it's coming along pretty good. I'm doing a lot of mixing up of a bunch of different stuff, and I'm going a little looser with this one, not being as tight as I normally am. Just because sometimes it's freeing to be a little looser. Manuel says, I'm here doing good on Wednesday evening. Well, fantastic. Very good, Manuel. I appreciate you coming in. All right, so we're going to get started on this one. I think the way my process usually works is I do a very quick layout, which is usually in pencil. Then I scan those layouts into Photoshop, and then I arrange them onto my templates that I already have. I have a large template that I use for the page size I use, and I have where I have a full size, and then I have one where there's 3 panels because I use the 3-panel grid often. So once that's done, I then will print out the layout, and then I will do the pencil stage very loosely, just putting it on my light table and just block out where it is. And then I go directly into the inks. And usually what I do is I ink the characters and anything else that's in the page that needs to just have tight inks. And then like when it comes to backgrounds or stuff like that, I can go a little bit looser, get a little crazy, and use a quill pen. That was what I was saying, trying to use a quill pen. India ink and quill pens, which usually can be very messy. When I get to that stage, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on camera or not, simply because I have to do a flat surface. Right now this is an angled surface, and a quill pen, I need a flat surface to do it. I might still be able to do it on camera, but it needs a little bit more control. Otherwise, spills can happen, and stuff can just go crazy. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to work on the 2 wolves that have been blocked out. Then there needs to be a third one put over here, probably in the background. And then we'll move on to the background and the rocks and all the other stuff that's around the characters. And with those, I can go a little bit crazier. So in the meantime, we're going to just start working on this particular wolf here. and just gonna ink in some of the pieces. Now with these characters, I can be a little bit more looser with. I don't have to be as tight when it comes to the inks, just simply because, sometimes you can be a little bit looser and go a little bit crazier, and I'm not so much worried about messing up a line, whereas when I'm dealing with my characters, like Hawkeye, for example, I try to make sure the lines are easily identified, the characters easily identified, and I don't mess up. Like originally, I had drawn the cross things here on his chest, and then realized, looking at the old designs, that I excluded those from the previous pages. So I just whited it out with whiteout. Nothing major, just something easy that I can go back over later. And worst case scenario, and this will happen from time to time, is I can fix it digitally. And every now and then that happens. Actually, what's really funny is I was prepping the extras, the extra pages for Hero Book 1, which included some of the my very first drawing that I ever did of Hero, which is actually up on my wall over here right now. And in that drawing, I completely forgot to draw his tail. So actually, on the original art, it does not show his tail. But when I produced it for the purpose of publishing it, to publish it in the book, I digitally added his tail. So sometimes doing some digital stuff is okay. I'm not afraid to do that. It's not something I do often. I don't, or I should say, I don't rely on the digital things. Most of the time, when it comes to the digital stuff, I do it as corrective. So, like if I make a mistake, and I can correct digitally. All right. Yeah, as you can see, these my ink lines right here, I'm doing like really scratchy, really loose, and that's okay. I don't have to, like I said, I don't have to be tight or anything with these. I can go a little bit looser. What we're gonna do when I draw the wolf's teeth, though, I kind of want to do them a little bit tighter. Not as that's something that doesn't have to be looser. I know that doesn't make any sense, but trust me, it works out in the end. They don't have to be perfectly shaped. And then what we can do is just put some shadow in the background here. The idea is that the wolf is getting close to Hawkeye, and he's like, got his teeth growling, and he's gnashing. He can sense him. He can smell him. He knows he's out there. He just hasn't been able to find. They haven't been able to find him yet. In the story, they've been searching all night for him, or they've been chasing him for a while, and they're not happy about not having found him yet, caught up to him yet. So they're not very happy wolves. Now this tree right here is going to kind of be in the way. So I don't, if I have any stray lines here, it's okay. Same thing with this right here. The rock is we're gonna fill it in with ink. So if it's not perfect, it's not gonna kill anything. What's actually kind of funny is as I do these pages, I know in my head where some pieces are, where some of the areas are overlapping, so I can be a little bit looser with the sketching, with the drawing, knowing that I'm going to cover this up with something else later. You know. All right. And what was I going to say? The nose is going to be all black, so I'll fill that in with black. I use my pen just as a way of blocking out where the blacks go. And now we're going to get a little loose with the eyes. Yeah, I don't have to be really tight with the drawing. I can be really loose at this point, and that's kind of fun sometimes, just to go crazy on the drawing. You know, there's sometimes where you have to be precise, but in this particular case, I can be a little bit looser. Go a little sketchy. Go a little bit free. A little bit of hatching in here. And here, yeah, sometimes a lot of this is just filling in blacks, filling in areas. And for the purpose of these wolves, they have a lot of black hair, dark hair. One of the things I had done is I had drawn the characters, I had drawn the wolves black and white, and then I had added a layer of gray tones to it, and then Avery did a color on top of it, which I then changed the color layer into a gray tone layer, so it added even further depth to the gray tones. And so in the story, their fur is really, really dark, and that's actually okay. That's not a problem. All right. The funny part is you don't see a lot of this wolf because his face is so close. You don't really see a lot of detail in him. But that's perfectly fine. Sometimes with a lot of these the sketches or the drawings that I do, it's really just a lot of layers of ink on top of each other. A lot of hatching, a lot of cross hatching, a lot of just layer on top of layer. It may look like it should just be straight black, but sometimes even a little bit of variation helps. Oh, I gotta take a quick little break real quick. I forgot I've got some comics on the press that I need to but I need to turn off the press real quick. I'll be right back. That's what happens when I'm double dutying, having two things working at the same time. And what I'm going to do for the nose is I'm going to go ahead and just fill in the majority area of black with just a black Sharpie, just to fill it in. This is a really crappy Sharpie. I think that one's actually dead. Let me find another one. Do I have another one? No. Well, yeah, I do. Hold on. Maybe. Yep, I do. Alright. I go through Sharpies pretty quickly normally around here. I'd like, when it comes to doing like if I'm doing an illustration, instead of filling in blacks with a Sharpie, I'll do Indian ink, which is darker, blacker, and usually looks better on the original paper. But sometimes when you're just, just trying to get something done, you can use a Sharpie, and it'll work fine. Actually, this one, here we go, a little less there. All right. Looks very intimidating, doesn't he? Yeah, it looks very scary. We're going to add a little extra shading lines in here. A couple lines for texture. Like I said, sometimes a lot of this is just building on top of what's already there, you know? So that's good. Now we're going to switch over to this wolf, which this wolf is in a little bit of a different angle. But that's okay. He still looks nasty. Oh, I am having one hell of a time seeing today. I somehow, between leaving my store and coming home, I lost or misplaced my reader glasses, the ones I use for when I'm working, when I'm drawing, when I'm working on the computer. I don't know where I put the damn things, and I had to go and order another pair, which should probably be here within the week, hopefully. But it means I have to wear my backup pair, which is what I'm wearing right now, and they are horrible when it comes to they're not as great. Now this guy, he's going to be pretty much a lot he's kind of more like a silhouette, so I can put a lot of him in shadow, and it won't bother me at all. I just want to make sure that I get his body in the right position. It's actually pretty simple. Alright. And then we'll add some details. Like I said before, sometimes it's good that you can be a little bit more scratchy with it. You don't have to be, it doesn't have to be perfect. And sometimes that can be a fun way to draw. And we're going to add some shadow in the back of the mouth. That way it looks 3D-ish. Or like there's... Yeah. He looks really scary, doesn't he? They're all supposed to look really scary. Their eyes are kind of glowing. Their fur black and all over the place. All right. Then the next stage we'll do is we'll fill in these background images, the rock, and the trees. And using the quill pen for that will allow it to be a little bit more faster and looser, and it'll make it look more. It'll make it kind of look more organic too. All right. So, what are some stuff I forgot to do with Hawkeye? Add some. His claws aren't. If I remember correctly, his claws aren't black, are they? No, they're not black. The wolves most likely are. But his gloves are actually black. I forgot about that. His gloves are black, so we can fill those in since we're here. Oh, my eyes are killing me tonight. Actually, you know what? Let me take my glasses off, see if that helps me a little bit. A little bit. When I get in close, it helps. Those particular glasses are... They're great for some things, but they're not great for what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? There's a reason why I got new ones. There's a reason why I got new ones. And then I lost them, of course. Whoa. Let's see here. Now I gotta make sure I'm not sticking my hat, in the way. Trying really hard not to do that. So we're gonna fill in these blacks. And then the black of his nose. All right. Okay. All right. Just add a thicker black outline to these characters. Oh, you know what? There was something I meant to do tonight that I forgot. And what we'll do is we'll probably see how far we into this. About a half hour in. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. So what do you guys think? Coming along good, huh? Now, one of the things I did, you notice I put a shadow right here, a shadow around the tail, and a shadow around this hand. There won't be a shadow on the ground just yet. I'm going to add that in when I do when I add in some of the background images. There's going to be foreground images that are going to overlap, so it's going to cover some of that up. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. And there isn't a shadow around here for this side because this whole side of the rock is going to be in shadow. So it'll make sense once it's done. Now let me think about adding. What did I do with my eraser? I specifically went out and bought a polymer eraser specifically to work on large areas that need to be, and of course I can't figure out how to open the stupid thing. There we go. I just bought a little 4-pack of these. This helps erase the pencils off of large areas. There we go. Much better, much better, much better. All right. Clean this up a little bit. There we go. That looks good. That looks good. A little better. I'm trying not to erase over where I did the whiteout because the whiteout might not have fully dried yet, and that last thing I want is for it to smear all over the place. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I was going to put another wolf over here. Let's see how far back we want to put him. Have him maybe come out here. He's definitely going to be in the background, but all I'm doing right now is just this pencil. Oh, this is going to kill me. Oh, there we go. Oh, this pencil is dying on me. It's not working. Let me use this one here. Oop, oop. There went my tape. All right. Does this one even have lead in it? Doesn't even have lead in it. That means it's absolutely of no help to me. That's... Heck, you know what I could do? Screw it. Let's just go live. We'll just do it in ink. We'll just go crazy and do it in ink. I know how to draw the wolf enough to know. And if I screw it up, I screw it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. He just has to be in the panel. And since he's technically going to be further back, we can just yeah, we can just do this. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is not something I would normally do, which is go right just to inks, but you know, sometimes you just say, you throw caution to the wind and you just do it. Put his little ears in here. And we'll have the rocks come out to about here. That way, we can just give him a sense of where his body is at. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's more or less in shadow, whatnot. There we go. There we go. Now we got our third wolf. So he's in the background, and that's perfectly fine. You know what's so funny is I think I established with the wolves they had different personalities, and one was he had gray hair. One was like the young one in the group, and then there was one that had a scar on his eye, named Scar. Go figure. And I don't think I drew. This gun could be the guy with the scar. You just can't see it. All right. And a little bit more shadow and shading in here. With bad guys, the more little lines you draw, the more menacing they can look. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly black out where this rock is that he's standing in front of. Just so we know where it's at. And I think, did it go over here? Yes. I've already lost some of my, alright, there we go. So that's just blocked out. And then you've got the trees. You got some trees in the foreground of the wolves. You got trees in the background. Then you got this one that's coming out right here. But those will be a lot, that stuff will be a lot more easier to do once I get the quill pen out. And in the meantime, let me just actually draw in some of these shadow lines that I'm going to be putting in here. All right. Trust me, when we get a little bit further in and I start inking it using the quill pen to ink it, these lines that I'm drawing now will make sense. They're literally to break up. If all this area here is in black or dark or whatever, these lines will help break that up and make it look a little bit more. Trust me, it'll work. It'll work for what I'm. Okay, there we go. All right. One more step further, closer to getting this done. I'm looking forward to the next page. The next page has like a close-up of one of the wolves that I like, that I think that'll be cool. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let me see. I can't. Let's see if I can read. Awesome art, my friend Drew, says Manuel. Okay, thank you, Manuel. Sorry, I'm having a really the screen that actually has the chat is up here, and I'm having a hard time seeing it. My eyes have already gotten strained. So, all right. Well, we're gonna take a little bit of break from the art, and I want to do something. All right. This is gonna sound silly. This is gonna sound silly, but I used to do something on this channel that actually got coined by a friend of mine by the name of Kodiak, and we started it around around Easter time. As you all know, one of the things that's very popular at Easter time, of course, because 'tis the season, is Peeps, marshmallow Peeps. And during one of my live streams years ago, I said to the guys, I found something I didn't know existed, and I didn't know I needed it until now. And it was fruit punch flavored Peeps. And oh my gosh, they were delicious. So then I started doing like taste testing Peeps on the show, on the live streams. And Kodiak coined the term, this is the Peeps show. So it's been a long time since I've done one. And since, I wrapped up the art a little early, I wanted to take an opportunity and try a new Peep product. This is Peeps Marshmallow Breyers Cookies and Cream Peeps. One of the jokes that I had was that I try these so that you don't have to. There have been some that have been horrific. They have been horrible tasting marshmallows. And some that have actually been pretty good. My wife is a big fan of the watermelon Peeps, which I did buy another package of those to give those another try. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and try the Breyers Cookies and Cream Marshmallow Peeps and see how they taste. Let's see. All right. The guys always joke about it. They're like, oh, these things are going to kill you. Yeah, they probably will. They probably will. As a diabetic, they probably definitely will kill me. But I'm only going to taste test them. I'm not going to eat the entire package, All right, let's take a look. Ooh, look at these. They're white with little specks of cookies. Now, you would expect them to be like marshmallows, of course, because Peeps are marshmallows. But you're supposed to have, this is supposed to be cream. Cookies and cream, and it's based on Breyers, so it's supposed to taste like ice cream. So let's give it a whirl. Now the first thing we always do is smell them, see how they smell. I'll be honest with you, they smell like marshmallows. There's nothing. Oh, look at that! They got all the little spots, the cookie spots on the bottom. Yeah, that might make a difference. We'll see. So, let's see if it actually tastes like cookies and cream ice cream. Okay. I taste the sugar. I taste the marshmallow. I barely taste the cookie, but I really don't taste the cream. Let me try another bite. Now, there's no really cream flavor. Well, maybe now I'm feeling it. Maybe it's a cream aftertaste, which could quite honestly be a chemical aftertaste. Well, they add chemicals in order to make these taste the way they do. There's probably no actual cream in these, but I'm starting to feel it now. So maybe it's definitely a cream aftertaste. Not much cookie in there. Honestly, I think the spots of cookie are really maybe just for show. They actually smell really good. If this was a flavor of air freshener that you could put around your home, cookies and cream is nice. That's actually a very nice smell. All right, I'm going to try another one. You taste the sugar, taste the marshmallow. If what I'm tasting, the aftertaste, is cream, okay, it's there. It's different. It's slightly different than the marshmallow, but not really cookie. Not tasting cookie, really. So, in other words, the little cookie bites, they're so small, they don't add anything to the flavor. They really don't. So, if you're a cookies and cream person, give or take, I'd put this on a maybe a 4 out of 10 for the cookies and cream, because you definitely get the creamy aftertaste. But the smells an 8 out of 10. Oh, they smell good. And most peeps do smell good. So, whew. All right. Breyers Cookies and Cream Peeps. If you're a cookie and cream person, it's almost there, but man, the smell's good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up now. I thank everybody for checking out the channel. Manuel, once again, thank you so much. And I have not forgotten about you. I've got some stuff that'll be coming to you shortly. I got your address. I have that piece of art that I'm sending your way. I was trying to work on something else special to send to you, and I just haven't gotten there yet. So I'm working on it, though. I'm working on it. One of the things I did recently I ordered a proof copy of my Hero Book 1, the new updated version. Of course, it's not completely finished because I haven't finished the art for the extra story. But we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. And we definitely will be getting more copies of the book soon. And as soon as I have more copies, trust me, you all will be the first to know. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for checking out the channel, checking out the video, the live stream. And Manuel, I'll see you on... I'll probably see you Friday on Screwing with Scammers channel, because I know you usually join that live stream on Fridays. But I'll definitely see you on Saturday, I know for sure. All right, everybody.